Hey guys, it's Miss Clark, and today is Monday, March 1st, 2021, and here is your reading lesson for today. Our lesson is I can determine from whose point of view the story is being told. All right, so we're switching off into some fiction. We've been doing nonfiction lately, so it's time to jump into that. All right, so let's look at some vocabulary. We have lagged. Lagged means like, you're behind. Muttered means like talking under your breath. Civilized means like you're calm, you're acting like an actual human being. Intruder is basically someone who, breaks in somewhere and is, usually a criminal of some kind. All right, so I want you to review what is the original story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears about. So I want you to think about that for a second and think about the original Goldilocks and the Three Bears fairy tale. All right, if you've had a chance to think about it, here's kind of a short summary of that story. Goldilocks is a little girl that's taking a walk in the woods, and she comes to a house, and she is hungry. She smells food because the three bears have, the Mama Bear, has been making porridge. And so they're waiting for it to get cool, and they leave the house for a little bit. And Goldilocks comes up to it. She comes up and she's, she goes in their house because she's hungry. She eats their food. She breaks the chair. She sleeps in the bed. And then when the bears come back, they're like, "Oh, what are you doing in our house?" She's an intruder, right? She came in the house without permission. And so she runs away because she gets scared because they're bears. Well, we're going to read a different story today, and it's called Believe Me, Goldilocks Rocks. Okay. So the story is told by a different character than normal, okay? So as you listen to the story, I want you to consider the point of view. So how does the point of view compare or contrast to the original story? And from whose point of view is this story being told? And then which version is more true? So you have to determine which one is true and why do you think that? Okay? All right, so let's switch on over to this one. All right. So, Goldilocks Rocks. Okay, and it's written by Nancy Lowen. Okay, Believe Me, Goldilocks Rocks. The story of the three bears. All right. It says, first things first, my name is not Baby Bear. It's Sam, and I am not nearly as wee or small and tiny as people think. And Goldilocks, ever since she broke into my house, she's been one of my best buddies. It's true that she takes a lot of chances, but she's not a bad kid. At least, no worse than me. Let me tell you the real story, and you'll see. Let me adjust the exposure a little bit. All right. So it says, it all started when I complained about my breakfast. Porridge again, I said. The next thing I knew, we were all out the door for a walk. Dad, also known as Papa Bear, grumbled something like, he'll eat it if he's hungry enough. At first, I lagged behind, so he hung back. Stay where we can see you, Baby Bear, called Mom, also known as Mama Bear. I ran ahead. Not so fast, Baby Bear, called Dad. I stamped my foot. My name is Sam. Then I ducked into the woods and took my secret shortcut home. Okay, so he does not look happy. When I reached our house, I heard a voice. Someone was inside. I didn't know what to do. Should I run to Mom and Dad for help, or should I chase off the intruder myself? Baby Bear would have made a run for it, but not Sam. Okay, so remember, intruder is someone who's broken into a house or business. I peeked through the kitchen window. A girl was taking pictures with her cell phone. Ha! This will teach Little Red Riding Hood to double dare me, she muttered. Goldilocks does not lose at truth or dare. She paused in front of the porridge bowls. Ew, she said. I liked her already. All right, so the word muttered means she's kind of talking to herself, right? Very interesting. So be thinking about the original story. Goldilocks took a picture of herself in my dad's chair, then my mom's chair. You want proof, little Miss Hoodie? She asked. Here it is. Next, she took a picture of herself in my chair. When she got up, the chair stuck to her rear. She waddled around. She jumped up and down. Finally, she gave the chair a good whack, and it came off in pieces. Oops, she said. There goes my allowance. See, she meant to pay us back. Not that I cared. That chair was way too small for me, too. Interesting. Upstairs, Goldilocks slipped off her shoes, which was very thoughtful of her, and took some video of herself jumping on my dad's bed and my mom's bed. I can't believe I'm doing this, she giggled. Now jumping onto the beds is not allowed in my house. This was my one and only chance to get away with it. I tapped at the window. Ack! Goldilocks shrieked. Let me in, I begged. I won't tell. Goldilocks opened the window and we introduced ourselves. She apologized for breaking in. We were really quite civilized. And civilized means calm and doing the right thing. Then we jumped and jumped and jumped and jumped until we heard my mom calling from the woods. Baby Bear, where are you? Goldilocks raised an eyebrow. Baby Bear? She asked. Seriously? Never mind, I said. Here's my plan. I ran downstairs just as my parents were coming in. Baby Bear, Mom exclaimed. Thank goodness you're okay. There's an intruder upstairs, I said. You know better than to go around making up stories, Dad said. They sat down to eat their porridge, their cold, dried-out porridge. I brought in my broken chair. See, the intruder did this. What a naughty thing to do, Dad said, breaking a perfectly good chair just to get our attention. But I saw her, I insisted. Come on. I tugged them upstairs and showed them the messy covers on their beds. Baby Bear, you know that jumping on the beds is a big no-no, Mom scolded. But the intruder, I said, pushing them toward my room. And as soon as we reached my bed... There's the photo, or illustration. Boo! Goldilocks yelled. What happened next was priceless. Run! Dad cried. To our safe place, Mom screeched. And if we don't make it, I love you both with all my heart. I made sure they saw me chasing Goldilocks through the woods, and between her fake screams and my pretend growls, we traded phone numbers. This is great. Mom and Dad were so impressed with my courage that they gave me everything I asked for. A bigger chair, spicy breakfast burritos instead of porridge, and a promise to stop calling me Baby Bear. Well, there was one thing I didn't get. Can't I jump on the beds just once in a while, I asked. No, my parents said. Absolutely not. Hey, it was worth a try. All right, so that's the end of that. And at the end it says, read a classic version of Goldilocks and the Three Bears and compare it to Sam's version. What are some things that happen in the story that don't happen in the classic? What are some things that happen in the classic story that don't appear in this one? All right, so another one says, how do you think this story would be different if it was told from another character's point of view? What if Mama Bear told the story, Papa Bear, Goldilocks? That is actually a great question. So what I want you to do is I want you to get out your packet that says multiple perspectives. Okay, so I want you to answer these 4 questions. All right, so I'm going to read them out loud to you. Number 1 says, what point of view did the author take and explain with text evidence? Number 2, could there be different points of view, and what would they be? Number 3, why are these points of view important to better understand the reading and information? And 4, how could some people interpret this differently? Interpret the story. All right, so I want you to go ahead and fill that out and answer the questions, and make sure you message your teacher if you have any questions, okay? All right, so I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you later. Bye.